This is officially the royal family tree episode. Pour yourself a cuppa because we are deep diving into all things royal family. Join us as we investigate the birth charts of Queen Elizabeth, Princess Diana, my blokes, Prince William and Prince Harry, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, Prince Charles, and the rest of the gang. A very happy 96th birthday to Queen Elizabeth herself. This seriously brings tears to my eyes. Happy birthday to a very strong and iconic Taurus lady who is living and breathing history. Amazing. Of course, we begin this episode with the literal queen, Queen Elizabeth. She was born April 21st, 1926 at 2:40 a.m. in Mayfair, London, England, making her a Taurus sun, Leo moon, Capricorn rising. A Taurus sun is grounded, stable, and loves nice things. Yes, queen. Leo moon indicates that she is not afraid of the spotlight and she innately commands respect and wants to be taken seriously. And that's the Capricorn rising bit. And the good news is, we do. We take her so seriously. One of the many reasons why she is truly an amazing leader is because she isn't afraid to set boundaries. Real talk, this chart is unapologetic in its ability to lay down the law. Taurus, Leo, and Capricorn all value tradition, so the queen takes her role very seriously and honors her position and her status within the family. She's literally holding it down, so I'm sure the royalists love to see it. I mean, it's definitely iconic. Prince Philip was born June 10th, 1921 at 10 a.m. in Greece, making him a Gemini sun, Leo moon, and Leo rising. As a Gemini sun, Prince Philip was curious, adventurous, and spirited. And of course, that double Leo moon and rising indicate that he too was very comfortable wearing the crown. Since Leo is ruled by the sun and represented by the lion, Leo placements often think of themselves as zodiac royalty. And maybe that's with good reason, because we are about to see this Leo signature show up all over our royal family tree. So look out for a whole lot of lion energy coming up. Obviously, as it relates to the queen herself, Prince Philip and the queen shared these Leo placements, but most notably, they share a Leo moon. And that's super interesting to me because on a good day, this is really like relationship goals, like actually two people who embrace what it means to be a power couple. But on a bad day, I could imagine that there was some real tension because Leo is, after all, an extremely stubborn sign. So between the Queen's Taurus-Leo combo and Prince Philip's double Leo drama, I'm sure there was a lot of, my way or the highway energy going on. Are you ready for more fixed sign energy with that signature Leo flair? Of course you are. Here comes Prince Charles serving big, mysterious, zaddy energy. Woo! Watch out! Prince Charles, born November 14th, 1948 at 9:14 p.m. in London, England, makes him a Scorpio sun, Taurus moon, and Leo rising. Prince Charles' Leo rising helps him bask in the spotlight, but as someone born during a full moon, Prince Charles' scorpionic chart has a little bad boy thing going on. There is this sexy tension, a push and pull between his external reality and his internal emotional experience. And frankly, I think we have seen this dynamic play out time and time again. But interestingly, it seems like this storyline was almost directly inherited by way of his youngest son, Prince Harry. More on that later. Okay, let's move on to none other than Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, born July 17th, 1947 at 7:10 in the morning in London, England, making her a Cancer sun, Cancer moon, and of course, a Leo rising, because she has to be. She's in the royal family. Everyone's a Leo rising or a Leo moon here. In addition, she was born during the new moon in Cancer, which is an important signature as it relates to her compatibility with Prince Charles. Not only are they both water signs, which is very lovely compatibility since the elements are flowing together, but they were both born during these dynamic lunar events. New moons are about beginnings and full moons are about endings. So it would make sense that these two would come together in a fairly dramatic way in order to establish their relationship. Oh, should I mention that Princess Diana was also a Cancer sun? Kappa, anyone? Prince William was born on the summer solstice on June 21st, 1982 at 9:03 in Paddington, England, making him a Cancer sun, Cancer moon, and Sagittarius rising, which is of course another departure from the Leo Big Three. Interestingly, he has a very similar chart to his stepmother in that he was born during a Cancer new moon. But this wasn't just any old new moon. Prince William was born on the exact day of the new moon solar eclipse. William was also born with his sun at 0 degrees Cancer, the cardinal sign, which is considered at its critical degree on the world axis, which signals tremendous influence. Did you know that for hundreds of years, eclipses have actually been associated with leaders, political figures, and royalty? In fact, Shakespeare, Shakespeare, would often allude to whether the characters in his play were born under a lunar or solar eclipse to foreshadow their royal ascension. Love to see it. And over to the next prince. Prince Harry, born on September 15th, 1984 at 4:20 in Paddington, England, which makes him a Virgo sun, Taurus moon, and Capricorn rising, which means he is very practical, very organized, and extremely sensitive to his surroundings. The Taurus moon and Capricorn rising contributes to his loyalty for those that he loves the most, and his cheekiness for when he thinks no one else is looking. Shifting back to William's chart for a quick moment, we can notice the fact that he was born with Jupiter in Scorpio at 0 degrees on his midheaven. Jupiter is one of the head honchos of astrology. So with that planet of abundance and fortune directly connected to his legacy and reputation, his public persona will absolutely be informed by his affluence and status in society. Unlike William, who has Jupiter and Scorpio on his midheaven, Harry has Saturn, the planet of rules and responsibilities, on his midheaven. This shows a more serious, perhaps even stoic understanding of his role in society and how the royal system isn't just a vehicle for abundance, but also for oppression. And before we get into our fave girls, Kate and Meghan, I would like to take a moment to explore how William and Harry's mother's chart influences these two princes. The one and only Princess Diana was born on July 1st, 1961 at 7:45 p.m. in Sandringham, England, making her a Cancer sun, Aquarius moon, Sagittarius rising. And let me tell you, her chart is so beautifully embedded into the charts of her children. Both Harry and William reflect her sun, which represents her essence, in their 7th house of partnership, meaning their respective relationships are portals into their understanding of their mother. But I should also mention that the way they metabolize her legacy, her responsibilities, and even the way that that manifests through them is very different for both of these princes. Prince William is calm and safe and good-hearted in the world, and Harry is a changemaker in the world. This combination embodies the spirit of Diana. And of course, we will be closing out this episode with our two favorite princesses. Well, duchesses. The chic Kate Middleton, Duchess of Cambridge, was born on January 9th, 1982 at 7 p.m. in Berkshire, England, making her a Capricorn sun, Cancer moon, and Leo rising. And yes, we are back with the Leo energy. Hello. Thank goodness. For a second, I thought we had lost our royal family signature. But now, as you'll see, the Leo energy comes in by way of marriage. Titillating, I know. Kate was born during a full moon lunar eclipse. And Kate and William were actually born during the exact same eclipse series in Cancer and Capricorn. Primarily, this axis of Cancer and Capricorn is focused on safety and security, with both Cancer and Capricorn serving as the mommy and daddy of the zodiac. Born just a few months apart, Kate and William share a deep desire to maintain systems, preserve tradition, and distinguish their private and public lives through the institution. And last but certainly not least, we have Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, born August 4th, 1981 at 446 in Canoga Park, California. Meghan Markle is a Leo leader, an elegant Libra moon with a deep and loving Cancer rising. Meghan and Harry are embedded in the Cancer and Capricorn narrative that we see play out in William and Kate's charts too, but because it's their rising sign, symbolizing their perception as opposed to their personal planets, which is how their life is embodied, Meghan and Harry are also mobilized by the idea of safety and security and tradition, but it plays out in a very, very different way in their reality. Now it is time for me to A your Qs. What Qs have been found in the Cs? That stands for comments. Q number 1, does every family, not just the British royal family, have interwoven chart dynamics? Ooh, what a juicy Q! Yes, they do. You just need to know where to find them. My recommendation is if you can get the charts of yourself and your siblings and your parents and then maybe even your grandparents, which would be delicious, you can start to notice that there are different patterns that show up. For instance, I am a Pisces moon, my mother is a Pisces moon, and her father, my grandfather, was also a Pisces moon. So I would say that the Pisces moon is one of the chart dynamics that is interwoven within my family legacy. Q number 2, how do mother-child dynamics show up in a BC? Birth chart. Great Q. The moon is the planet that is most closely associated with the mother, the maternal energy. It doesn't need to necessarily be your biological mother, but it could be it could be whoever raised you. The moon represents how you were nurtured, but it also can show you where you needed to be nurtured that you didn't receive that nurturing. So it is simultaneously both what you had and also what you were lacking. And the moon can give you a lot of information about how you perceive your mother, how you perceive your childhood, and how you then, as an adult, sustain yourself as you learn to be your own mother. Okay, here is the hot gloss. Woo! First up, we have the midheaven. So the midheaven is the highest area of the sky. Things that are in the midheaven mean that they were at the very top. If you were to look up, you would, if you could see them, if they were planets that were visible to the naked eye, you would be able to see them. So if you have the sun at your midheaven, or if you have the moon at your midheaven, it means that the sun or the moon, respectively, was at the very, very top of the sky at the time that you were born. The midheaven is associated with our legacy, our reputation, and really what we leave behind, how we are remembered. Jupiter. Jupiter is referred to in astrology as the Great Benefic because Jupiter loves to bring abundance and fortune and opportunity to anything it touches. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion and is totally a size queen because Jupiter believes that bigger is always better and that more is a good thing. Saturn is the great malefic. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like the opposite vibe of Jupiter. Saturn is all about rules and responsibilities and boundaries and constraints. So this is the planet that really makes you take responsibility and take accountability for what you're doing. So it is about lessons, it is about growing up, it is about maturation, and it has a very stern and stoic sensibility. Whew! Well, that was a lot of British info. Breaking down family dynamics is hard. It's vulnerable, but it is beautiful work, and I am glad we got to go on this journey across the pond together. It's so special. So join us next time for another episode of Celebrity Astrology Investigation, and comment below who you would like to see us investigate next. And remember, keep your eye on the stars. Cheerio! I really don't know how to deliver this. And hear ye, hear ye. Hear ye, hear ye. Hear ye, hear. Duchess of Sussex. Duchess of Sussex. Duchess of Sussex. Pardon me. I might need a cuppa.